This I might keep this in my secret logs or whatever. I might keep this in my computer, but this is a part two of the response of Dietrich Davis. When it comes to the WWE, Vince McMahon, Stephanie, and Triple H. The video that I did recently about, heavy is the head that wears the crown, and a slave always dreams to be a king. Like I said before, everything what he said was correct in his video. Much respects and much props to him. But I remember before I listened to the video, before I watched the video, I always used to think that Vince McMahon was in control of everything. I mean, he is in control of everything, but what I mean is that the whole situation between Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. See, I always thought that Vince McMahon was in control of all of that shit because what's that word I'm looking for? He has a complex where he needs to be in control of everything. You know what I'm saying? In my honest opinion, he sees his WWE stars as action figures. They have to be in good condition. They have to be placed in certain orders. It's a complex. It's a word for it. It's some type of complex that Vince McMahon has. But anyway, though, man, I always thought that Vince McMahon was in control of everything. I thought that he was always in control of his daughter, and then what's his name? Then Triple H and all that stuff. But based on what Dietrich Davis said in his video, it makes total sense. It makes total fucking sense. And especially when it comes to Stephanie McMahon, like when you listen to her theme song, her intro song in the WWE, it basically says that she's the queen and all that stuff. And I have to think about it. When it comes to the chessboard, the queen is the most, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, if I'm not mistaken, I don't play chess like that. But if I'm not mistaken, the queen is the most powerful piece on the chessboard. I repeat, the queen is the most powerful piece on the chessboard. And by Stephanie McMahon being dubbed as the queen, now I understand what's going on. Now I'm beginning to understand and put the pieces together. She's the real mastermind of this whole shit. It's not Vince. It's actually Stephanie McMahon. She's really the game. She's the true game. And you got Triple H, aka the slave or the pawn, thinking that he's the game. No, the real game is Stephanie McMahon. Vince is too, but for the most part, it's Stephanie McMahon because she is the queen. She is the most powerful piece on the chessboard. She was so slick. Stephanie is she's very intelligent and she's very smart. She made the right moves by picking the weakest link for our own agenda, and the weakest link was Triple H, because she knew that Triple H wasn't meant to be a boss like that. He wasn't meant to be a mover and shaker in the company. I mean, look what's going on right now. Look how the WWE is, man. The WWE is at an all-time low because of Triple H leadership, and Triple H leadership sucks. But Stephanie understood that, so that's why she used Triple H. She basically used her inspiration. She basically used her feminine wiles, her inspiration to galvanize Triple H, to make him think that he could do any and everything in his life and all that shit. But any and everything in his life, but in actuality, is all bullshit. It was all bullshit. Basically, she used Triple H's insecurities and fragile ego against him by inflating it. She basically inflated Triple H's ego to the point that he believes that he's a very powerful man, but he's not. His wife is. And it's so funny. It's so fucking funny. CM motherfucking Punk's expressed that shit. He always used to say, when you lie in bed with your wife, it just dawned on me. CM Punk was giving out slick hints on who really runs the show. It was his wife, and CM Punk knew it. Even though I knew that CM Punk was a sellout, even though he's a sellout and all that stuff, I get it. But there were some points that even CM Punk said about Triple H. Triple H, he's not the real game. It's his wife. CM Punk was giving out hints this whole damn time, and most people didn't catch on. His wife is the real game, not him. But yeah, man, but that's all I gotta say about that, man. That's all I gotta say. This is a part two to Dietrich Davis. My response to Dietrich Davis. This is a part two, and yeah, man. It makes a lot of sense. Like once you really study and put the pieces together and really see how things, really unfold up till now, it'll blow your mind. It'll blow your fucking mind. And you know what, too, man. There's more there's more conspiracies and hidden stories within the lore of WWE. It's incredible. It's incredible, man. It's just that people are not doing their due diligence when it comes to this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because this is not the only story. There's plenty of other stories that went down in the WWE that most people are not aware of. You know what I'm saying? Even me. But at least I have the ability to do my due diligence and to really, gain some type of understanding about some of this shit. But yeah, man. But overall, though, man, that's all I gotta say about that, man. Shit, that's all I gotta say. So yeah, man. So I thank you so much and have a good day.